Star Sailors. Oh my god, 2.8 stars out of 5. Yeah, that ain't good. A fairy tale fantasy world. Animated battle scenes. Like the vast majority of gacha games created in 2024, 2025, 2026. I don't know if that's something you should be gloating about necessarily. Adrenaline burst. No, did not adrenaline burst. No adrenaline is bursting here. Turn-based team battle. The turn-based team battle, that is accurate. Exploit weakness. Like in every single gacha game. React to QTE and unleash powerful skills. By that they mean, you know, hit your ultimate button and they do their ultimate ability. Easy progression. That's actually, yeah, I'm okay with that. I'm a filthy casual myself. Enjoy rapid growth with, I enjoy rapid growth every morning and evening. Sometimes afternoon too. Enjoy rapid growth with auto battle and sweep, which is, again, something that is very common in gacha games. So hey, if you're advertising yourself as the gacha game that does everything that every other gacha game does, yeah, you're not setting the bar very high here. Exciting recruitment. Now, with how few max rarity characters I've gotten, there is absolutely no excitement in the recruitment process. And actually, there is a reverse excitement. I have been deterred from pulling whatsoever. Guaranteed top tier partner. Sure, if you say so. Does she have pluses on her? She does. Okay, that's an interesting design choice. Hey, my name is Stix and welcome back. Today, we are taking a look at Star Sailors, the gacha game that is rated 2.8 stars. Okay, hold on. Yes, I see that. You log in. Hey, double efficiency, 1 out of 1 limit, $11.99. You have 12 hours to redeem this package. This is Star Savior. No, Stellasaur. No, wait, no, this is Star Sailors, the other SS game, the least popular, least successful, possibly worst SS gacha game. Immediately, you'll see on the side of the screen over there. Wow, that is a lot of packages. Yes, it is. 4.5 times efficiency, 3.5 times, 3 times, 2 times, and 13 times efficiency. Look at this. You can get it. You get 13 times efficiency, $1 box, 2-day login boost package. You get one pull, 13 times efficiency right there, which means what? The alternative is 1/13 of a pull. Yeah, that's fantastic. You gotta love when gacha games reward you with like one of something and say, you know, 1000% value or... Oh god. Now immediately we'll notice the textures aren't actually very good. I do have everything set to high. There really aren't a lot of options though. If I remove my cam, like these are the graphical options. You have low, medium, high, and a frame rate. That is it. They are genuinely the only graphical settings available to you. Yeah, this game is literally the bare minimum of game. Of a game. That's it. Like the bare minimum effort they can put in actually designing and compiling a game is what they did here. Now, let's get into the characters. We'll start there. She looks awesome. She has so much bounce. I love it. We have the adventurer and we have partners. The adventurer is me. You start off as the swordsman, and I've currently unlocked the cleric. There is the Highlander, the Sage, the Paladin, numerous different classes. Each function differently, have their own class, their own pros and cons. They can each be leveled up. They have their own respective skills, their own memory pieces. This is essentially like an extra piece of gear that gives you bonus stats, bonus special effects. They have gear. Apparently, I don't have any gear on her. I swear I did, but you know what? I guess when I swapped from being... Yeah. So I had gear on her when she was the swordsman, but apparently you need to equip different gear on them depending on the class you switch to. Just something we just learned. Then we have the partner. These are the characters that you pull for. Some of them actually look pretty good. Like, you know, she's barely wearing anything and is very hot. We have her, who's also got very thick thighs and very hot. We have her, who they said was like one of the best characters in the game on the Google Play Store. They are exactly the same as the adventurer. So you have your levels, you have your skills that you can level, you have memory pieces that you can equip. God damn, her thighs are enormous there, and her booba are just like 10 out of 10. They each have their own respective gear, a profile. As you can see, I don't know, the textures are just really bad in this game. And then they each have their own respective affinity. And that is it for your characters and your adventurer too. There are monsters which you deploy one of in every single battle. These have the ability to be upgraded, limit broken, have their skills leveled up, and I know she looks absolutely incredible. There's the community, which is the guild system. I didn't bother joining one. There's a photo mode though. This I really do like. I'm gonna go ahead and select a character here. We're gonna go with her because she's I think the most attractive looking character. You can have them do, well, okay, I don't have the pose right now, but you can have them pose in numerous different ways. You can zoom in, rotate them a little bit, and then you can rotate them forward like this, and then move them over a little bit, and then zoom in further, and kind of get a little freaky with it if you're interested in, you know, doing so. And that's the photo mode. That's actually very fun to play around with. That is the community section. There is the story. This is completely disconnected from the game, so you can power through the entire story if you want to in sequence, or you can do some of the story, go do some of the game, and then come back and do some of the story later. There are individual partner stories. There are daily stories. There is the magic apartment, which is where you message your waifus, and or in my instance, you ignore them. There are multiple different events going on. Your typical login events like this, where you get a character, you get some pulls by logging in some materials. There's the Expedition Edition special gift, which is the exact same thing. You get 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pulls over a 7-day period. There are level up rewards. They only give you actually 2 limited pulls per milestone, which is kind of shitty. I'm gonna be honest with you. There's the Compass Expedition Rally. There are a lot of events that reward you with numerous different materials, polls. Not a whole lot, interestingly enough. It could be a lot more, but I mean, you know, who am I to complain? There is the battle mode. This is where the bulk of the game takes place. There is the adventure mode. I've cleared through several different chapters so far. I'm in chapter 4. There are multiple difficulties: normal, hard, and challenge mode. We're entering mission 8 in chapter 4 or stage 4. You deploy 5 different characters, and then you deploy your monster. Once deployed, you can either manually play the game, manually choose your abilities, or you can let it auto it for you. I tend to let it auto for me because, I mean, let's be real, for the most part, you don't really need to play the game. Like, in a lot of instances, in a game that actually presents you auto as an option, the vast majority of the game, or the battles, are doable completely auto without any intervention from you as the player. The characters look decent in combat. The special effects look decent in combat. The animations look pretty good. The abilities look decent. Like, overall, this is a decent combat system. I just wish the textures were higher quality because, like, they're so pixelated, which I understand because this is a mobile game first and foremost. There is no dedicated PC client for it, so there's really only so high quality your game can be and high quality the textures can really be. Then there are special battles. There's the Descent raid. There's the story event. There's the Alliance raid, but I mean, that's currently unavailable. And I have not completed stage 710 yet, so I've not unlocked the rift. There's the arena, but that content is currently unavailable. There's stages to farm material, gold, XP, memory search. You can farm the different skill materials needed to upgrade each elemental character's respective abilities. There are character stages that you can do to farm the character shards to upgrade the characters. I actually do like this feature, but the shards you can actually get are for a very limited number of characters total. That's very disappointing, but at the same time, understandable. There's the summon contract mode where you fight various different monsters and have the chance here to obtain the monsters that you're fighting. There is the conquest mode, which is where you farm for gear. God, her character though just looks unbelievably, ridiculously good. And then there is the gacha mode. There are only 4 banners here right now. There is the limited banner, the weird little kid with the floofy dress. As you can see, I really have not done many polls. I've logged in it, I think, for like 3 or 4 days total, but I've not done a lot of polls because you're really not given that many. Another thing I don't like is that they reward and motivate players to spend money to kind of get the best deal possible. Over here, you'll see once per week, you get a discount from 1,600 down to 400. So you essentially get a free 10 poll every single week just by spending a a couple of dollars. It's ridiculous. It again reinforces you to spend money on the game, so you have to spend less in the long term. The gacha rates are not good, but they do have a guarantee at 100, meaning at 100 total pulls, you can obtain the respective character. As you can see, I have 20 up there. After obtaining a character with that guarantee at 100, whether you choose the character or you choose their memory piece, the total price actually increases to 150. So you get the initial one at 100, and then every subsequent guarantee is 150. I don't like that. Maybe I'm misinterpreting what it says. The first exchange for a partner or memory piece costs 100 recruit points, and subsequent exchanges cost 150 recruit. That sounds terrible. It increases the total cost by 50% after obtaining it the first time. I hate that. I think that's absolutely terrible. You look at the gacha rates, the limited character here has a 1% chance of unit acquisition. That's terrible. The other characters have 0.25% respectively, totaling 2%. Those gacha rates are not good at all. And then you have the other gacha modes, which are just your average gacha. There's nothing special about them. The 3-star unit acquisition is 0.4% each. There are 5 3-star characters totaling 2%. The rates aren't great. I don't like the gacha at all. I do not think the gacha is good. And that is essentially the game. Like, that is all there is to the game right now. Now let's go ahead here and break down my rating. Content 5 out of 10. It's pretty average. There's enough to do to warrant logging in, but about as much as any average gacha game. Difficulty 5 out of 10. I've been playing without hitting any walls yet for 3 days straight. It might get more difficult over time, but typically within this time frame, you've hit a pretty significant wall if there is one. Free to play friendliness 5 out of 10. Honestly, it ain't bad. Decent amount of gems per mission clear, and a guarantee at 100 with no 50-50 is pretty solid. I do not, however, like the fact that it increases to 150 after. Gameplay 5 out of 10. It's a turn-based game with decent models, with decent animations, decent special effects. Graphics 5 out of 10. For a mobile game, it looks pretty good. For a PC game, it looks pretty bad. Given this is a mobile exclusive being played on PC through an emulator, I'd say honestly it's decent. Sound 5 out of 10. It's cute. Story 5 out of 10. It's okay. Absolutely nothing special. I admit I got bored sometimes and skipped through some of it, but that's the case with a lot of mediocre stories. Voice acting 5 out of 10. Honestly, it was a decent enough dub. World 3 out of 10. There wasn't a whole lot to it, but the aesthetic was, well, for lack of a better word, nice. Fun 5 out of 10. I found surprisingly some fun in the gameplay and the character models, but not nearly enough to warrant continuing to play. Overall, I'd give this 48 degenerate waifus, or 4.8 out of 10. It's a very mediocre game, completely undeniably and wholeheartedly average. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.